a single word. Let the night come. Daylight has no mercy. It shows too much, too clearly. Yes. My parenthood, a crime. My marriage, a crime. And that murder committed on my own father. I see it all now.
Like a shadow thrown in the dust is the short life of man.
The sunlit generations pass into the night.
And happiness, like a bird in flight, flutters and is gone.
We have seen Oedipus the king brought down to misery. Suffering, grief, happiness, pain is mortal man's destiny.
Like a champion marksman, he shot down the Sphinx in full flight.
The master of the gods' reward was kingship and power over men.
The prize of 1 hour of brilliant insight.
From that day, he was king in Thebes.
Like a solid wall, his power surrounded us, and we sang of the benefits of his rule.
Was there ever a reversal of fortune more terrible than this?
How can any man endure such merciless agony?
Who was ever marked out by destiny for suffering like his?
Oedipus, world-famous king, when you sucked and fondled at the same breast.
How could the flesh keep silence so long, where both son and father caress?
Time is an all-seeing eye that searches out hidden guilt when it seems most secure.
Then brings down the night
On the father and son who shared a wife.
And the blood that was spilt.
Son of our murdered king, why did you ever come here?
Your destiny leaves me choking with tears.
Bringing salvation for us with your own misery.
Wise men of the city, if you have any feeling at all for the royal family of Thebes, those descendants of Labdacus, you can't hold back your tears. Not when you hear what I have to tell you and see yourself the terrible scene in the palace.
Haven't we seen and suffered enough?
What more is there to say?
First of all, in the plainest language, the queen is dead.
Dead.
How can she be dead?
Poor woman.
I'll tell you how. She killed herself. You haven't seen it and count yourselves lucky. I shall never be able to forget it. That image will always be with me now. I was there. And I'll tell you what happened as accurately as I can. When she rushed into the palace in anguish, She went straight into the bedroom, tearing her hair out in handfuls and muttering like a mad woman. She slammed the doors and locked herself in, and we heard her shouting. Something about Laius, her first husband, who's been dead for years, and the night they conceived the son who was to kill him and breed misbegotten children on his own mother. Then it became confused. She screamed and beat upon the bed where she had conceived a husband by a husband and children by a child. I heard all that. Her actual death was behind the locked doors. And Oedipus broke in at that point, raving up and down the hall and shouting for a sword, so that all our eyes were fixed on him and we all forgot what she was doing. That wife of mine, that wife and mother, he shouted. Her fertile belly, twice it's been harvested, me and my children. Then he suddenly made for the door. None of us told him, as though some premonition suddenly told him she was there. He bellowed and shouted and shoulder-charged the doors and kicked them till the bolts and hinges shattered, and he stumbled in. We saw her slowly turning in the air, swinging slightly like a pendulum, strung up by the neck. She'd hanged herself. The king ran to her, loosed the ropes, and lifted her down, all the while groaning heartbreakingly, like an animal. He laid her gently on the floor, and then this was unbearable. The worst of all. There were 2 golden brooches pinned on her dress. He opened them up, lifted them high in the air at arm's length, and plunged them down into his eyeballs, screaming and groaning that his own guilt and suffering were too great for his eyes ever to see it, that now they would both be in darkness forever, that he would never see again those he should never have seen, nor ever love those he should never have loved. That's the way he went on, cursing himself and stabbing his eyelids again and again, till his face was a mass of blood and tears, not drops of blood, but like a thunderstorm or cloudburst gushing down his cheeks.
Has he any relief? Or is the pain getting worse?
He's yelling for someone to unbolt the doors and drag him out so that all Thebes will see the father killer and mother. I can't say that word in public. He's shouting repeatedly that he must be kicked out of the city. He's exiled by his own decree. He mustn't stay long enough to let the curse fall on his own family. But he's in pain, and half his strength is gone, poor man. He can't see. He needs someone to guide him. And the physical agony must be worse than any man can bear. You'll see yourself. The doors are opening. Sorrow and pity you must feel when you see him with your own eyes. His worst enemy couldn't wish him this.